Hello, hello. What's up, guys? Friday, back to work. It's my Monday. What's up, Bravos, Connor and Scott? How you guys doing? Getting ready to roll to work. My wife's pulling out in back of me. So my wife and my daughter's best friend and my daughter's boyfriend, they're all going to a concert tonight in Hershey, Pennsylvania. They're going to see the Hella Mega Tour, which is Weezer, Green Day, and Fall Out Boy. And I am going to work. I was originally supposed to go, but this concert was scheduled for last year, but it was canceled because of COVID and rescheduled for this year. And I just didn't take the time off. I'm going to go to Tampa instead for a card show. I had originally won a bunch of money a couple seasons ago in fantasy football and bought these concert tickets for my daughter. And I had bought Disneyland Paris tickets for my wife because we were supposed to be in France. We were supposed to be in Europe, a couple different countries in 2020, but that was all canceled. My Disneyland tickets were like extended, but I have found myself back in Europe to use them. So yeah, a couple of things I want to talk about. Well, mainly NBA free agency. I haven't really talked about it that much. I've been kind of out of the loop, but I went down the list to see all the moves, all the players moving around, trades, free agents, things like that, and how it's going to affect some of the players that have moved, some of the teams, and some of the players that were on the teams that, players were moved to. And it affects a lot of the 2019-2020 draft class, in my opinion. The Zion, Ja Morant draft class. I think it affects a lot of the players from that, because a lot of movement went to a lot of the teams that had some of these young players that people have been prospecting on. The first one that comes right to mind is the Lonzo Ball trade to Chicago. And that affects multiple people from that 2019 trade. First off, it affects Zion because he's got a new point guard or a new guard playing with him. It affects another young player, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, because now it gives him an opportunity to maybe play some more, even though the Pelicans did bring in Devontae Graham from Charlotte, which was another transaction. I like Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I think he's an explosive player. He's had some good games. However, he still would be the number 3 on that team. But he gets an opportunity to maybe get some more playing time with Lonzo Ball gone. Then you have, on the Bulls side of things, I think the guy who takes the biggest hit is Kobe White. I think this trade really hurts Kobe White's stock. Now you have Lonzo Ball, who's going to start. Zach LaVine is going to start at the other guard position. They just brought in DeMar DeRozan for the small forward, I believe. He'll play one of the forward positions, which limits how you can move Zach LaVine around. I just believe the Bulls are in a win-now situation, and they're going and signing a lot of free agents and making trades, just like they did last season towards the end of the playoffs. I think they want to win now, and they're not, willing to give a player like Kobe White time to develop. And when we talk about these players developing, remember, this draft class has only had like a year to, maybe a year and a half, year and a quarter to play. Even though they're coming into their 3rd season, they haven't had a full undisturbed season that didn't have a bunch of craziness surrounding it. So that even goes to show how great Ja Morant and Zion have been with their performances, through all the turmoil of the NBA and stuff. But I just think Kobe White kind of takes a big hit. I think Nickeil Alexander-Walker gets maybe a little bit of prospecting. I talked about the DeMar DeRozan move. Now you're talking about Keldon Johnson possibly being the number 1 on San Antonio. I know a lot of people liked him last year. He showed flashes. He's been a little inconsistent, but he may become the man there in San Antonio. I don't know if he's ready for that. In San Antonio, don't know how good they'll be now. They're coached well. So, their young talent is always developed pretty well. So we'll see what happens with him. I don't have time to talk about all the moves, but that's a couple I wanted to touch on. Another one, lots of shakeups there in Washington with the Wizards. You know, I like Roy Hachimura, but, you know, with Westbrook moving and, you know, Kyle Kuzma coming in, there's multiple players. I looked down their list today, and I can't remember all of them, but there's lots of players. Montrezl Harrell, lots of players coming to Washington. That's a huge roster shakeup. I saw where they had 4 or 5 new players coming in, and Westbrook is out. So we'll see what that does. Maybe Hachimura he was very efficient last year. I will give him that. He had some big games, and he was efficient. But he played on a team with 2 ball-dominant guards, Beal and Westbrook. So we'll see what happens with him. And then we have out there in Miami, my boy Tyler Hero. You know, they signed Kyle Lowry, so they're signing him to run the point. So Tyler Hero won't be running point, except maybe off the bench. They did re-sign Oladipo. Oladipo can play small forward or shooting guard. He's listed as a guard. They re-signed Duncan Robinson. He's listed as a forward, but will play guard, but he's more of a situational guy. It's just, you know, how many minutes does that leave for like Tyler Hero unless he really proves something and, you know, can get himself into the starting lineup? I know the team likes him and they're high on him. They want to give him minutes. But they also didn't blow that team up as much as I thought and as much as a lot of other people thought. Like they Kendrick Nunn is gone, so that's another person gone out of their backcourt. And again, now how does that affect him from the 2019 class? Just look at how many people are affected by these moves from that class in specific. Now Kendrick Nunn goes to the Lakers. I doubt he'll start. You know, Taylor Thornton Tucker's still out there. It's just teams beefing up their rosters, and a lot of these young guys either being pushed aside or going to just have to, you know, prove themselves even more. There in Charlotte, they brought in Kelly Oubre Jr. Does that affect P.J. Washington? Again, from the same class. Devontae Graham is out, gone to New Orleans. So just a big mix-up of a lot of players, and a lot of it affects a lot of the guys from the 2019-2020 draft class. Even the move that the Knicks made, the Knicks brought in a veteran guard, I believe. It's skipping my mind for some reason. I know exactly who it is. But anyway, that affects, you know, R.J. Barrett, who plays guard. Damn, why can't I think about it? I don't know, but just a lot of movement. Just thought I would talk about it. But yeah, we'll see how they work. I know that a lot of the teams are high on these players. I know that San Antonio feels confident in Keldon Johnson. I know the Heat are confident in Tyler Hero. They just want to win. They believe they're in a position to win now, so they're doing what they think is best for the team and the team's depth. But Hero will still get a lot of minutes. For all the talk about Hero having an off season after blowing up his rookie season, he had better stats last year. He averaged slightly over 15 points, where the year before he averaged slightly over 14. His shooting percentage was a little bit higher, so it's not like he took a lot of extra shots and, you know, and was missing. His shooting percentage was up. He just didn't blow up in the playoffs. He didn't do it on the big screen, but neither did that team, period. They just really fizzled out in the playoffs this year, the Heat did. You know, Roy Hachimura's on a bad team. We'll see how he does. He did pretty well in the Olympics. 2 cards that came in the mail real quick before I go in. Just got these out of the mail. Another Christian Pulisic auto rookie, 2016 select, PSA 9, rookie auto, silver, numbered out of 149. And this is the kind of stuff that I'm really looking to pick up right now for myself. Cards like this. You can't really see it. I'll do a video with all my recent pickups. But this is a National Treasures game-worn patch, on-card auto of Magic Johnson. BGS 9 with an auto 10. So you can see this is on my Instagram. If you guys shoot over there, you can see where I posted that picture. You can see it better. But anyway, cards like this Magic Johnson to me just makes sense right now. This was a $400 purchase. And when I look at the price of Michael Jordan stuff, This same card for Michael Jordan is probably 10K, you know, maybe somewhere between 5 and 10K, but this is 400. And to me, yes, it's Jordan, but a lot of people are focused on Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron. They're focused on autos and patches of those three players, and they're forgetting about a lot of guys that are great, you know, top 5 to top 10 players of all time, and really good cards that slip through the cracks like this. To me, it just makes sense, you know, because eventually people are going to be like, a Jordan auto patch is 10 grand, and Larry Bird and Magic Johnson are 300 and 400, or Tom Brady is 10K and Joe Montana is 200. Jerry Rice is 300. I mean, it just a lot of you know, big gaps in the market between certain players that didn't have such huge gaps between them as players. So I'm just finding value in that stuff. I don't think you can lose on a card like this. I mean, if it tanks, I guess I'm out $400. But with a card like this will always have a collector that would like something like this. So I believe it's always I believe it's a safe play. You know, is it a quick flip? No. But is it something that over time I believe will gain value, especially as more and more player worn / sticker autos get out there, and these on card autos, game worn event stuff starts to dry up. I believe these will come draw a premium. I think people are fed up with the high end product or high end cards having sticker autos and event worn and just phony. There's no specialness to the card, in my opinion, because the player never even touched it. Even Dr. J stuff. But anyway, guys, I got to go in. I got to be on the casino floor in 3 minutes. Just wanted to chat about the free agency. Maybe I'll put a full video out about the free agency. I'm going to do my PSA reveal. Maybe I'll do an NBA free agency talk and talk about the players that I like, you know, benefiting from it, and the players that I don't like. I mean, who really cares? I'm not a pro sports analyst or anything. And then I have one coming up on my recent auctions that I've won and lost. You guys tend to like those videos where I show the stuff that I won, and the stuff that I lost is basically the stuff that I'm buying and stuff that I'm trying to buy, but also I'm willing to draw the line on certain prices, costs of cards. But yeah, 2 of my bigger or nicer pickups since the National, the Pulisic auto and the Magic Johnson. I'm thrilled with only getting this for only $400. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. I'll see you later. See you on my next video. And yeah, man, just, you know, do your collecting, do your investing, have fun, take it easy.